Hello friends, in last lecture we saw the division algorithm of the polynomials as well as we saw some questions based on that. So now here in this lecture we'll continue with the some applications of the division algorithm. So here is the very first question that we are going to divide the polynomial. Question is divide the polynomial divide the polynomial 3x square minus x cube 3x square minus x cube minus 3x plus 5 minus 3x plus 5 by x minus 1 minus x cube by x minus 1 minus x square and verify the division algorithm and verify the division algorithm. Okay, so here we have to divide this polynomial by this, so that is almost similar that we saw in the previous sum, but here we have to do one more thing, that we have to verify the division algorithm. So let us see how to solve. So here I can say px, that is dividend polynomial, is c. Here it is not in the standard form, so I do write it in the standard form, that is minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5, as well as the divisor polynomial gx is also not in the standard form, so I do write it minus x square plus x minus 1. Okay, so here we have to find qx and rx, and then we have to verify the division algorithm. So now we'll divide. Okay, now here I do write this minus x square. Okay, minus x square plus x minus 1. I have to divide by this to a polynomial which is minus x cube. Okay, minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5. Okay, so division is, we did so many questions, so I hope it will be easy this time for you. So here first term of the question, sorry, dividend is minus x cube, so I have to think about a term which I multiply with the first term of the divisor to get this. So that will be plus x, only x, because when I multiply x with x square, I will get minus x cube, here I will get x square, here I will get minus x. Now when I subtract, so I have to change the sign, negative become positive, positive become negative, and again negative become positive. This will cancel out. Here 3x square minus x square, so 2x square minus 3x plus x, so minus 2x plus 5. Okay, now again here I have to take a term, so it should be minus 2. So when I multiply minus 2 with minus x square, I'll get 2x square, then minus 2 with plus x, so minus x, minus 2 with minus 1, that is plus 2. So now I will subtract over here, minus plus minus, this will cancel out, minus 2x plus x, that is minus x, and here plus 3. So this is the remainder, because the degree of the remainder polynomial is less than the degree of the divisor polynomial. So this was the, I can say, quotient and the remainder. So here I can write thus qx, that is quotient polynomial, is x minus 2, and rx, that is remainder polynomial, is minus x plus 3. Now here I will verify. So verification, now we'll see verification. So division algorithm is px is equal to qx into rx, sorry, gx into qx plus Rx. So I will start from the right hand side. So RHS is equal to Gx, okay, plus, sorry, multiplied by Qx plus Rx. Okay, so Gx, that is the divisor polynomial, that is minus x square plus x minus 1, and Qx is equal to x minus 2. Now I have to add Rx, that is minus x plus 3. So let us see now. X multiplied by minus x square, so minus x cube. X multiplied by x is x square. X multiplied by minus 1 is minus x. Minus 2 multiplied by minus x square, that is 2x square. Then minus 2x, then plus 2, over here minus x plus 3. Now I do write the terms or like terms all together. So here I have minus x cube, then plus x square, then plus 2x square. Okay, then minus x minus 2x. Okay, again minus x. Okay, here x cube plus x square minus x. Okay, then plus 2x square minus 2x plus 2, and over here I have Rx is equal to minus x plus 3. Okay, so plus 2 plus 3. Okay, now these like terms and unlike terms you have to add to check whether it is equal to left hand side or not. Okay, so before I proceed, before to do this, let us once again check this. Okay, so x minus 2 into minus, so minus 2x square, now minus 2 into x, so here it should be actually minus 2x. Okay, so this x won't be there, remainder will be only 3. Okay, remainder is only 3. Okay, so here instead of writing this, this will be only 3. This x won't be there, this will be only 3. Okay, so here minus x won't be there, 2 plus 3. Okay, now when you simplify this, see minus x cube as it is, x square plus 2x square, that is 3x square minus 3x plus 5. Definitely this is equal to px. Okay, you can see this is minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5, that is equal to p of x, that is equal to LHS. So here I can write hence verified. Okay, so here division algorithm is verified. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see next question. Okay, next question is check whether x cube plus 3x plus 1 x cube plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of is a factor of 3x raised to 4 plus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 2x plus 2. Check whether the x cube plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of this or not. Okay, so what you have to do in this, simply you have to divide this polynomial, that is the second polynomial, by first polynomial by long division, and if the remainder comes out to be 0, then we'll say it's a factor, otherwise it won't be a factor. So let us see, we have to divide by x cube plus 3x plus 1. And this is 3x raised to 4 plus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 2x plus 2. It is already in the standard form. Okay, so let us divide. It is x cube, so here I can start with 3x, because when I multiply 3x with x cube, I'll get 3x raised to 4. So here it is 3x raised to 4. Now 3x multiplied by 3x. Okay, here you can see that dividend polynomial is in the standard form, but this is not in the standard form. So here instead of this, it is better to start with x cube plus 0x square. Okay, so now 3x cube, 3x into 3x cube is 3x raised to 4. Now 3x multiplied by 0x square is 0x raised to 3, 0x cube, then 9x square plus 9x square. Okay, so now we'll subtract in this way. This will cancel out. Here 5x cube minus 0x cube, so it will remain only 5x cube, minus 7 minus 9, that is minus 16x square plus 2x. Okay, minus 16x square plus 2x. Now next it should be plus 5. When I multiply with plus 5, this will become 5x cube. Okay, here I have to bring down 2. Why? Because there are 3 terms over there and there are only 4 terms. So here I need 4 terms, so I took, or I brought down 2. Now plus 5, so 5x cube. With this it will become 0x square plus 0x square plus 15x and plus 5. Okay, so here it is minus, minus, minus and minus. This will cancel out. This will become minus 16x square. Here it will become minus 13x, and here it will become minus 3. Now here you can see the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So here we have to stop the process, and as the remainder is not 0, definitely the first polynomial is not a factor of second polynomial. So here we can conclude, here remainder is not equal to 0, therefore x cube plus 3x plus 1 is not a factor of 3x raised to 4 plus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 2x plus 2 plus 2x plus 2. Okay, so you have to simply divide and you have to check whether the remainder is 0 or not, to check whether the given or whether the first polynomial is a factor of second or not. So note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, now next question is, if next question is if two zeros of the polynomial, if two zeros if two zeros of polynomial px is equal to, if two zeros of a polynomial px is equal to 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube, 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2 r plus minus root 2. Okay, if two zeros of a polynomial px is equal to 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus 2x square minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2 r plus minus root 2, then find its remaining zeros. Then find its remaining zeros. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. So here two zeros are given, one zero is plus root 2, another 0 is minus root 2. What you have to do, you have to find the remaining zeros. So as it's a biquadratic polynomial, it may have maximum 4 zeros. Two zeros are given, we have to find remaining zeros. Might be both remaining zeros are if both remaining zeros are real, so we can get two more zeros, and if they are same, we'll say 1 0. So in short, we have to find the remaining zeros. So here it is given plus root 2 and minus root 2 zeros of the given polynomial. So see, root 2 and minus root 2 are zeros of px. Okay, therefore I can say x minus root 2 and x plus root 2 are factors of px, are factors of px. Okay, if these two are the zeros, then these two are the factors of px. As these two are factors of px, definitely I can say, therefore x minus root 2 multiplied by x plus root 2 is a factor of px. Okay, if 2 and 3 both are factor of a number, but obviously their product will be a factor of that number. Okay, so product of these two will be a factor of px. Now, here you can apply the identity of a plus b, a minus b to multiply these two. So, a square minus b square, that is x square minus 2. Therefore, x minus 2 is a factor of px. Okay, as this is a factor of px, okay, it means when I divide px by this, I will get remainder as 0. Okay, first thing, as well as I will get a quotient polynomial, and then quotient polynomial, when I factorize that quotient polynomial, I will get the remaining two zeros. So now after this, what I have to do, now I have to divide this by x square minus 2. So here now we divide px by x square minus 2. So note it down, then we'll see its division, and then we'll come to the part in which we'll find the remaining zeros. Okay, so we'll divide now. As I told you, whenever we divide, we do write the dividend as well as divisor in their standard form. So here divisor is x square plus 0x minus 2, and this is already in the standard form, that is 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. Okay, so here I do write 2x square. Okay, because when I multiply 2x square with x square, I will get 2x raised to 4. So 2x raised to 4. Now plus 0x cube minus 4x square. Okay, so when I subtract this, here 2x, this will cancel out, here minus 3x cube minus 0x cube, so minus 3x cube plus x square. Okay, it should be plus x square plus 6x. Okay, plus 6x. Now here already 3 terms are there. Okay, and we need just 3 terms as well. So now next term, here it should be minus 3x. Minus 3x multiplied by x square gives you minus 3x cube. Minus 3x with 0x gives you 0x square. Minus 0x square. And here you would get plus 6x. Okay, so here it will become plus and minus, so this will cancel out. Here I do get 0, sorry, x square. Here I will get plus 0x, and now I'll bring down minus 2. So next term it should be plus 1. So 1 into x square, it is x square, then plus 0x, then minus 2. So here we can see the remainder is absolutely nil, that is 0. Okay, so here I can write now if I apply the division algorithm, so here I can write now px is equal to gx multiplied by qx plus rx. Okay, therefore I can write this px is equal to now gx, that is x square minus 2. Okay, and qx is 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Okay, plus 1 plus remainder is 0 only. Therefore I can write px is equal to x square minus 2 multiplied by 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Now to find the remaining zeros, I have to make this equal to 0. So now for remaining zeros, 2x square minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so here therefore 2x square minus 2x minus x plus 1 equal to 0. So from here I can take 2x common, x minus 1 common, x minus 1 equal to 0. So here I can say x minus 1 into 2x minus 1 equal to 0, and therefore further I can say therefore x minus 1 equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 by 2. So I can say remaining zeros are, therefore remaining zeros are 1 and 1 by 2. Therefore remaining zeros are 1 and 1 by 2. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So note it down, then I will explain this once again in short. Then I will give you the algorithm that how we have to proceed to get the remaining zeros. Okay, so let me explain you once again the algorithm. If two zeros are given, then how to find the remaining zeros? First of all, whatever the zeros are given, with the help of that find the factors. That means if two zeros are given, indirectly we can say two factors are given. Then multiply those two factors, then again you will get an expression in x which will be a factor of given polynomial. Over here root 2 and minus root 2 are zeros, so x minus root 2 and x plus root 2 will be the factors, and hence their product is a factor, which is x square minus 2. So ultimately we will get a quadratic polynomial as a factor of a px. Then divide that as it's a factors, you will definitely get remainder 0, and then by splitting the middle term, using the concept of splitting the middle term, find the factors of the quotient to get the remaining zeros. Okay, now after this we'll see some question in which we have to use the concept of product of zeros and sum of zeros. So let us see with the help of question. Question is if alpha and beta, okay, if alpha and beta are zeros, if alpha and beta are zeros of a quadratic polynomial of a quadratic polynomial px is equal to of a quadratic polynomial fx is equal to x square minus px plus q, x square minus px plus q, then find the value of the following. Okay, so here a quadratic polynomial is given such that it is not possible to factorize that. For example, here it is x square minus px plus q. And what we have to do, we have to find the values of this. Suppose the first expression whose values you have to find is alpha square plus beta square. Second one is 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. Third one is alpha upon beta plus beta upon alpha. Now here it is very clear that it is not possible to obtain the values of alpha and beta. And even though suppose it is possible to find the values of alpha and beta, then it is little bit tedious. Then how to find the values of these expressions which have alpha and beta, which contains alpha and beta, but without finding alpha and beta? Okay, we have to find the values of these all without actually finding the alpha and beta. So how to solve this? Let us see. See, with the help of the given polynomial, it is given that alpha and beta are zeros of this polynomial. Okay, alpha and beta are zeros. It is given they are zeros of x square minus px plus q. Okay, as these are the zeros of the polynomial, what I can find? Sum of zeros. Sum of 0 is minus b upon a, isn't it? And here minus b is the coefficient of x, which is minus p over here. So minus of minus p, and a is 1, so p. So alpha plus beta we have. Also we can find alpha beta, that is c upon a, that means q upon 1, that is q. Okay, so we have the value of alpha plus beta as well as we have the value of alpha beta. With the help of these two, I have to obtain the values of these expressions. Okay, so let us start with the very first one, alpha square plus beta square. See, if I give you this identity alpha plus beta whole square, this is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta, isn't it? alpha plus beta whole square is equal to alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab, a plus b whole square identity. Now over there I need the value of this, so I can write what I can write, alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, isn't it? I can write alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Now I need the value of this. Yes, I have this. Simply I'll put alpha plus beta and alpha beta to get this. Therefore, alpha square plus beta square. Now alpha plus beta is P minus 2 alpha beta, and alpha beta is Q, so 2Q. P square minus 2Q. Okay, P square minus 2Q is the value of alpha square plus beta square. So you can see it is easy to get the values of expression contains zeros of the polynomial with the help of this. So in short I can say whatever expression is given to us whose values we have to obtain, simply we have to write that expression in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Anyhow we have to make that changes. So here second one is 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. So if I take the LCM, here I will get alpha beta and here I will get beta plus alpha. So now I have the value of alpha plus beta. What is the value of alpha plus beta? It is P. And what is the value of alpha beta? It is Q. So this is the answer. Okay, so it is very clear that even though it is not possible to find the values of zeros of the given polynomial, still it is possible to find the values of these type of expression. And be assured, whatever expression will be given to you, it is possible, you will find that it is possible to convert in terms of either product or sum or both. Okay, now third one is alpha upon beta plus beta upon alpha. So this gives you, here it is alpha beta, here it gives you alpha beta, here alpha square plus beta square. Okay, as see these three questions are all together, so value of alpha square beta square I can take directly. But suppose they are asking you this individually, then here you have to write what you have to write, alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta upon alpha beta. Okay, at the place of alpha square plus beta square I wrote this. If you expand this, you will find they are equal. Now just you have to put the values. So next step, at the place of alpha plus beta I can write P. So it is P square minus 2Q divided by alpha beta, that is Q. So I hope it is clear to you that we can find the values of these type of expression without actually finding the zeros. So please note it down, then we'll see next question. Okay, now we'll see next question. See over here the coefficients of x square, x and constant terms were variable. That means in terms of p, q and all. Now we'll see a question in which variables will be constant. Sorry, coefficients will be constant. So let us see the next question. Okay, so next question is if alpha and beta are zeros of a quadratic polynomial fx is equal to 2x square minus 3x plus 18. Okay, so again if you try to find the zeros of this, 99.9% cases you won't be able to get the zeros. Then even without finding the zeros, we have to find the values of, for example here we have to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube, and second I am taking alpha square minus beta square. These two values we have to obtain without actually finding the alpha and beta. In maximum cases in this type of question, definitely you won't be able to get the values of alpha and beta. So let us see how to find. So anyhow we have to convert these terms in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Okay, so here we have alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, that is 3 upon 2, and alpha beta, okay, let me write in a proper way, alpha minus b upon a, that is minus of minus 3 divided by 2, so 3 upon 2, and alpha beta is equal to c upon a, that is 18 by 2, that is 9. Okay, so we have these two values and now we have to obtain the value of alpha cube plus beta cube. So now alpha cube plus beta cube. So here you must have the identity of a cube plus b cube, that is a plus b whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Okay, this is the identity of a cube plus b cube or alpha cube plus beta cube. Okay, so it's very easy. We have the value of alpha plus beta, that is 3 upon a. So 3 upon 2 cube minus 3 into, now alpha beta is 9, okay, and alpha plus beta is again 3 by 2. So this 3 by 2. So this gives you 27 upon 8, okay, minus 81 upon 2. Okay, 3 and 3 9, 9 nines are 81 by 2. Now here definitely you have to take the LCM, that will be 8, so 27 minus, so final answer of this sum is 297 upon 8 with negative sign. Okay, so this will be the final answer. Please note it down, then we'll see the how to find the value of alpha square minus beta square. Okay, now we'll see how to get the value of alpha square minus beta square. Okay, so see, alpha square minus beta square can be written as alpha plus beta, alpha minus beta. Okay, so now alpha plus beta we have directly 3 by 2. Now we have to find the value of alpha minus beta. So let it be like that only. Now alpha minus beta whole square, I can write alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Okay, so it means to get the value of alpha minus beta, now I need the value of alpha square plus beta square. Or I can do one thing. See here, alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. I added 2 alpha beta. Why I added 2 alpha beta? So that it becomes alpha plus beta whole square. As I added 2 alpha beta, I'll subtract 2 alpha beta, and then finally I do write this 2 alpha beta as it is. Okay, I'm explaining once again. See, alpha plus beta is value we have. So anyhow, I try to make alpha plus beta whole square. If I have alpha plus beta, so I can find the alpha plus beta whole square as well. Okay, so to get the alpha plus beta whole square, I need to add 2 alpha beta. As I added this extra by my own, I will subtract. So I whatever added, I subtracted, and then I wrote this as it is. So this actually becomes alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Okay, actually my target was to get the value of alpha minus beta. So now alpha plus beta is 3 by 2. So it's square minus 4 alpha beta, which is 9. Okay, so here I can continue with this alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 9 by 4 minus 36. This is the value of alpha minus beta whole square. So alpha minus beta whole square is equal to, if I take the LCM here, I will get 4 and 9 minus 144. So here I will get alpha minus beta whole square in the negative form. It is negative, which is not possible. Okay, which is not, square of any quantity cannot be negative, which is not possible. So here I can write that value of alpha square minus beta square cannot be obtained. Thus alpha square minus beta square cannot be obtained. Okay, I intentionally gave you this question so that you can understand whenever you get square as a negative, it is not possible to solve it further. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, now next question is, if alpha and beta are zeros of, if alpha and beta are zeros of px is equal to x square minus x minus 2, x square minus x minus 2, then find a quadratic polynomial, and find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are or zeros with zeros 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. Okay, so here a question is little bit different. Now we have to obtain a polynomial whose zeros are this. So again it is almost same. See, these are the zeros. So we know that if we have the sum and the product of the zeros of the polynomial, it is easy to find the polynomial. So here first we'll try to find the sum of zeros and the product of zeros, then we'll see how to find the polynomial. So let us see its solution. Okay, here alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Okay, minus b upon a, that is minus of minus 1 upon 1, that is 1, and alpha beta is equal to c upon a, that is minus 2 upon 1, that is minus 2. So here alpha plus beta is 1 and alpha beta is equal to minus 2. Now again, as I told you, we'll get the polynomial if we have the sum of its zeros and the product of zeros. So we have to obtain a polynomial whose zeros are this. So now sum of zeros is 2 alpha plus 1 plus 2 beta plus 1. Okay, so here I am writing sum is equal to, see, 2 alpha plus 1, 2 beta plus 1. So I can write 2 alpha plus 2 beta plus 1 plus 1. If I take 2 common, alpha plus beta plus 2. Okay, now at the place of alpha plus beta I can put 1. Okay, that means 2 plus 2, that is 4. So here this is the sum of that polynomial which is required. We need to find a polynomial whose zeros are this. So first we try to get the sum of these two, that means sum of these two zeros. So addition of these two, and I wrote it in such a way that I get alpha plus beta. So ultimately I got the sum of the required polynomial, sum of the zeros of the required polynomial. Now here we will find the product. Okay, now product of zeros, product, that is equal to 2 alpha plus 1 into 2 beta plus 1. Therefore P is equal to, now 2 alpha into 2 beta, that is 4 alpha beta plus 2 alpha plus 2 beta plus 1. Therefore product is equal to 4 alpha beta. If I take 2 common, alpha plus beta plus 1. So product is equal to, now at the place of alpha beta I can write minus 2, 2. At the place of alpha plus beta I can write 1, then plus 1. So product of zeros is minus 8 plus 2 plus 1, that is minus 5. Okay, so this 4 is the sum of the zeros of the required polynomial, and this product is the, sorry, minus 5 is the product of the zeros of the required polynomial. So note it down up to this point, then only one step is left. That means last step in which we do write the polynomial directly. Okay, so finally now we are going to write the polynomial that I give you the shortcut method with that. So now required polynomial, now a required polynomial is fx is equal to k multiplied by x square minus sum into x plus product. Therefore fx is equal to k. Now at the place of sum I can put 4, so 4x, and at the place of product I can write minus 5. So ultimately fx is equal to, or the required polynomial is equal to k x square minus 4x minus 5. Here k belongs to real number. So please note these 4 lines. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you. Okay, so that is all about this lecture as well as this chapter. Now from next lecture we'll start new chapter, that is a pair of a linear equation in two variables. Till then, bye. Thank you.